We had a synthetic marijuana case that we were working. At the same time, we were working a sexual battery of a minor because of an adult that provided alcohol to somebody who, and then all this blew up at one time. So we were stacked trying to get all this stuff investigated and charges filed, and so that it's just everywhere.
Right, and the thing about those incidents is that it takes away from you being able to enforce the law elsewhere. If there is an emergency somewhere else, whether it's just a minor medical emergency or a traffic accident that you need to respond to, all of a sudden you don't have the manpower because you're dealing with things that are directly related to alcohol and drugs and such like that.
It's things in Houston County is not immune.
No.
Everything that happens in Nashville happens here, just in a smaller bits. But crazy things are happening. Poor decision making by adults with minors and children is getting more and more prevalent, which makes you scratch your head. What were you thinking? But it's happening, and we're dealing with it. We're working it. We're making arrests. We're filing charges. But it's like the synthetic marijuana or the synthetic drugs. I'm not going to say synthetic marijuana because there's different types of synthetic materials that emulate different substances. Marijuana is one of them, but we had that case, and that's a big problem. And we've dealt with that 3 times, in about a month. It's illegal. The problem is it's coming out of Oak Grove. Because in Kentucky, their laws are still a little out of whack, and they're trying to get it pushed through to amend their laws. But what Kentucky did when they made it illegal years ago, or not years ago, but a while back, they banned the names.
Yes, very specific.
So the distributors changed the name, so it's still being sold in Kentucky, which that's where it's coming. People are going to Oak Grove or farther up, and then they're bringing it back down here.
And I know many other communities in the state here are trying to not have their laws so narrow, because whenever you do ban a specific substance or a specific chemical compound, all it takes is for somebody to alter it just a tiny little bit. And all of a sudden it doesn't fit that definition anymore, and it's perfectly legal, even though it can still have the same intoxicating effects and lots of bad, dangerous side effects that people don't realize. They think, oh, it's not marijuana. Marijuana is legal. This is legal, so it should be okay for me, right? And it's not. But like you just said, while
how much of that is going on?
Well, we've dealt with it 3 times in a month. Now, last night was one, and then...
So it's a new thing?
New to us, yes.
We've been getting quite a bit off traffic stops as well.
The reason I'm asking, our mapping is giving us a false sense of security because these things are not happening in the homes, apparently.
Well, the ones we've dealt with are in homes, so it's
but
been
that was
mapped.
in the past month or so.
Yes, but
What I'm saying is,
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, over the last year, everything we've had has been domestic assault, with very few exceptions. Not a lot of alcohol involved, but it's all domestic assault. There's no parties or anything like that. So I just don't understand. I guess I don't. It must all be traffic stops, is what I'm saying. The problems that you have.
That's where we're coming up. That's where we're coming up with what we can.
Well, the one we got last night was an overdose.
Yeah.
It was an adverse reaction to it, where the EMS unit was called. That's how we got called, because the ambulance was called first. Now the 2 times prior to that was an unruly juvenile where the parent had actually called, and the young man admitted it.
But those would be on the map anyway. I'm just saying that the marijuana, those are new things. But most of what we have is just domestic assault and alcohol. If you look at all of that, you'd say our biggest problem is domestic assault.
Oh, that's an everyday, that's an every night occurrence.
I would say that's accurate.
And what parents and everybody needs to understand is we love tips, we love information, and we know the problems, or we can see the problems as well. But unfortunately, the system in which we work under, we have strict limitations on what we can do and what it takes to. So don't get frustrated with us if we can't. If somebody calls, won't you go arrest him because I know he's doing this, this, and this. Okay, it's not that simple.
No.
I wish it was, but so we're doing all we can do within the system that we work, and unfortunately the laws are not getting any easier for us. They're becoming stricter and more limited and narrow.
Right.
They just changed. Give you an example. They just changed the DUI law again. The physical control, where if somebody's found behind the wheel of a vehicle with a key in the ignition and they're drunk or passed out and they're not moving, they'll be charged with DUI. Well, now they've changed that to that's only on the roadway. They've taken parking lots and private property away from that. So if you find somebody in a parking lot passed out, well, it's private property now. So that every time it's getting stricter. Even the DUI statutes change. Now you have to prove that they're driving the vehicle unsafely on the roadway.
So if they're driving safely,
well, see,
it
used to be a person is committing the offense of DUI while operating a motor vehicle on the state or public roadway and so on and so forth. Well, now they've added the word unsafely on roadway, and all that does is now that puts the burden on us through the use of video cameras to film their driving, to see them weaving, to say, okay, there's the unsafely vehicle operation. So every year it gets harder on us.
Wouldn't the fact that they're under the influence be considered an unsafe act?
You'd have to pull
Not
over,
according to the
though.
law.
Because that's the indication that they are driving under the influence, is if they're driving unsafely, right? That would be the reason you would pull them over.
Right.
And if you follow them too far, trying to build a good case, they hit somebody and kill them, they're gonna sue you for not stopping them.
It could be, yeah. When they make the laws, they don't take a lot of that into account.
And that's one of the first questions will be asked on the stand is how far did you follow and observe this driving?
And then you'll get challenged, because if you follow them too far, then a defense lawyer is going to say, well, you followed my client for 30 minutes or so many miles, and you were up close on him, so he got nervous, and of course, if you follow somebody for so long, they're going to make a mistake. It's all a game. Unfortunately, it's a game when it goes to. But all we can do is do it right, and that's all of our intent is to make strong cases and go by the law, make strong cases and get good convictions. Because history has shown bad cases equal bad case law. Case law hurts us all.
So according to this, if a parent gives an underage child alcohol, and that's a crime.
Right. In all 50 states.
Good. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. And that's what we hope to, because like you said, things haven't changed that much. You still hear parents make the comment, so if my kid's going to drink, I want them to be at home with me. I want to be able to supervise them, and I'm going to take their car keys and not let them drive, but it still doesn't get them around the law. It's still very much illegal, and
There's a
they
lot
may
of
miss a
people
kid.
that they consider alcohol consumption a rite of passage for young people. It's not a rite of passage. It's not something, he's growing up. That's not the way it should be.
No.
But talking to a lot of people, you'll see that that's what is considered a lot of times. Oh, well,
And we
Just
hear
being
too
young.
that it could be worse.
risk and breaking the law and driver's license and everything you've worked.
This is something that you can't deal with. This is something that you can't control.
It took me a long time to realize what it done to me. Sent to prison twice.
The truth is, you're buying pseudoephedrine take to whoever, you might be the cook yourself, to manufacture meth.
I ain't got to say anything about drugs. It would be that they destroyed my life.
It's like a monster that will put its arms around you and it will never let go.
I'm Dan Osbrook, your District Attorney General. Meth destroys lives and families. It endangers our community and it puts everyone at risk. Join me and help make Tennessee meth-free.
Oh, let's try the G.
You want over here?
G.
What would
right
you
here,
like
if I
to
can,
be?
would that be any way too much out there? Yeah.
We're ready to get started here at Asbury. I believe Mr. Guff Baggett's going to start us off tonight.
Well, we're going to start out with If That's the Way You Feel. I don't blame you, for I know you want him. That my love for you never ends. I could hold you, but you'll be unhappy. But that's alright if that's the way you feel. I know that I could always care that my love for you will never end. I still need and I want you with me, but that's alright if that's the way you Stay in G. Stay in G. I'll get it. We'll try it anyway. Stay in G. Stay in G. Back and forth. We're getting another one. Oak tree. Okay, yeah. Oak tree. Stay in there. There's a white oak on the hillside in the Ozark Mountain home, and it's been standing straight on the one that's we're alone. And when the cold wind blows, it trembles in that road. And when the eagle brings up that little home, stay in Jesus. Just remember it all night. All right, give me one downbeat. When the curtains at night are laid back by the stars and the beautiful moon climbs the sky and the dewdrops of heaven are kissing the moon, it is there where my memory lies. So go wherever you will, over land or sea. I will share all my sorrow and care. And at night when I kneel by my bedside to pray, I'll remember your love in my I've loved you so fondly to ever forget those sweet words that you spoke to me. With a kiss of affection still warm on my lips, you told me how true you would be. So go wherever you will, over land or sea. I will share all my sorrow and care. And at night when I kneel by my bedside to pray, I'll remember your love in my Now if on the wings of a beautiful bird, escaping the restless despair, to bring him affection and peace I will stay. I'll remember your love in my prayer. So go wherever you will, over land, over sea. I will share all my sorrow and care. And at night when I kneel by my bedside to pray, I'll remember your love in my prayer. I'll remember your love in my prayer. Well, I hope all of you could have heard it. I think you can hear it. I don't sing low, and I don't sing good, but I get it out. I'm going to sing one more song here. Bless my Christian home. And you know, I've been married to the same woman 63 years. And we have a good home. We lived half of it in sin, and we lived a little more than half of it in a Christian home. And let me tell you, there are a lot of difference. And if you don't believe it, try it. I know it'll make a difference. Don't you look on my family in pity and wonder how we struggle alone. Well, your eyes can't see all my riches. Thank God for my Christian home. When I'm sad and discouraged with pleasure, seems the whole world is against me and everything wrong. you very much.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, I guess. Wish that I was on a rocket top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no foggy smoke on rocket top, ain't no telephone bill. Corn won't grow at all on rocket top, dirt's too rocky by 4. That's why all the girls on rocket top gets their kick from a jar.
Wake up, UOEB, Humpty, Humpty, oh, Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Hold it to the pendulum. Hold it over to the pendulum. I spent all the drive a rocket top, waiting for a moonshine still. All I know that they ain't been rocket top, guess they never will. All them girls, and I forgot the words to it, so I was rocket by 4. And that's why all the girls on rocket top gets their kick from a jar.
Wake up, UOLB, Humpty, oh, Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee.
I'm going to start off with a little bit of Salty Dog Blues here. Go ahead. I stand on a corner with a low down blues, a great big hole in the bottom of my shoe. Honey, let me be a solid dog. Let me be a solid dog. I won't be a man at all. Honey, let me be a solid dog. Sitting on a log, finger on the trigger and eye on the hog. Honey, let me be your solid dog. Let me be your solid dog, or I won't be a man at all. Honey, let me be your solid dog. Hardy? Yeah. And G? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll let Tanner pick a little bit of John Hardy.
Ready?
To do a song for you now called the Shenandoah Waltz. In the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, there's a girl who is waiting just for me. Many times we have wandered in the night, and in her lovely arms I long to be. I miss her smile in the moonlight, and I know she misses me too. In the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, I know that her love is still true. In the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, there's a girl who is waiting just for me. Many times we have wandered in the moon, and in her lovely arms I long to be. Her smile in the moonlight, and I know she misses me too. In the the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. I know that her love is still true. All right, for my last one, I'd like to close out my part with an old Carter family song called God Gave Noah the Rainbow Sign. Key of G. God gave Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God gave Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God gave Noah the rainbow sign, no more water but fire next time. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock just beyond the mountain top. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. When this world's all on fire, hide down me. When this world's all on fire, hide down me. When this world's all on fire, let thy bosom be my pillow. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock just beyond the mountain top. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, don't you see? Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, don't you see? Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, when he died he had a home on high. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock just beyond the mountain top. Hide me, old rock of ages, cleft for me. I've got a home in that rock, don't you see? Got a home in that rock, don't you see? I've got a home in that rock just beyond the mountain top. Hide the old rock of ages, cleft for me.
Carl, I want you to tune it up because you got to really be good for me.
Am I in your way? Well, I'll get out of your way then, because I don't want to be whooped.
I think it is. Just about one lick of it.
I think I did.
Make you like Mr. Don Williams is going to kick off one for us here.
Hello. Don Williams. What are you doing? Huh?
That too.
What is it?
Which one? Oh, that damn midnight train big.
Oh, yeah, well, we gotta do it. I love to hear that. Don Williams, we don't want to.
You know, I can't find that wood in here. All gone.
What we gonna do? Let's go to A and do an old Don Williams. Oh, man.
It'd have to be, we better wait for Dixie then.
Like I said.
Let Kay burn one up on the mountain while Dixie's tuning.
Yeah. Well, I've held it all in me. Lord knows I've tried. It's an awful awakening, a country boy's life. To look in the mirror in total surprise at the hair on your shoulder, the age in your eyes. Amanda, out of my life. Fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. Amanda, out of my life. Fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. There's a measure of people that don't understand the pleasures of life, the hillbilly band. I got my first guitar when I was 14, and I'm crowding 70, still wearing jeans. Amanda, light of my life. They should have made you a gentleman's wife. Amanda, light of my life. They should have made you a gentleman's wife. They should have made you a gentleman's wife. There you go, Margaret. And you, I knew Judy'd like it. Judy used to request that when she liked me. She don't like me no more. So. But yeah. You see, y'all probably can't see it, but I got a little scar right there today. Leah thought that was really funny. She said, you need to tell them about that. It ain't much to tell. I happened to walk over to the cuckoo clock that was hanging about like this on the wall, and I reached up to move it, and it attacked me. Jumped right on me. Boy,
it
what a
recognized
knock.
you.
For 2 days, and she thought it was funny.
That's what you call getting knocked cuckoo, ain't it?
Your OCD kicked in.
Tanner, you're going to have to come up. We can do the banjo tunes. We got to do one for Earlene, you know. We can't live without doing either Georgia Rose or... Which one you want to do, Kay?
Whatever.
Midnight Train, Georgia Rose?
Do the Midnight
Bear Tracks?
Do the Midnight Train.
Midnight Train? Like that better? I don't care. I can't do none of them no how. Huh? You knew that, didn't you? No matter what I say or do, you're never satisfied. I've tried and tried so many times. I'm leaving now, goodbye. I'm riding on that midnight train. My head is hanging low. These awful blues will follow me wherever I may go. Now why on earth was I ever born? I just don't understand. To fall in love with a woman like you, in love with another man. Oh, I'm riding on that midnight train. My head is hanging low. These awful blues will follow me wherever I may go. You broke a heart that I died for you. I was not made of stone. You left me here in the heart of the night. Now I must travel on. Oh, I'm riding on that midnight train. My head is hanging low. These awful blues will follow me wherever I may go. Hey, these awful blues will follow me wherever I may go. I'm glad y'all don't like it. I couldn't do it twice. Sing one, Dixie. And then we're going to do John Henry.
We'll do that before it's over. Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't like the two songs. My part being over. John Henry better be one of them. We're going to do. We do. Chinese tune. Chinese song, right? Tuning.
That old gold watch and chain. Yeah. I think that's the one that somebody was getting me.
You're going to A at the crowd.
D.
D.
Banjo.
Start with the chorus. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. Darling, how can I stay here without you? I have nothing to cheer my poor heart. This whole world would seem sad, dear, without you. Tell me now that we never will part. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, love, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. Take back all the gifts you have given, that diamond ring and a lock of your hair, that old frame with your picture inside it. It's the face that is false, but it's fair. Oh, I'll pawn you my gold watch and chain, and I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say again. Only say that you love me again.
I just knew that would work. Yeah. But I don't know it enough to sing it, I doubt. It's been 40 years, Kendall, since I done.
Where are you gonna do that?
Are you teasing me? Yeah, it's a good old. I remember it
Jimmy and
was a
Jesse,
duet
right?
song too.
Or
But-
Lubin. Was it Lubin? Jimmy and Jesse?
Sure. Kay, you ain't done iron.
I was waiting on you to do another.
Oh no,
you wasn't.
I'm about to run out when I can do the 3. I mean, when I do my 4th, and it's out of here.
Let's do that girl from West Virginia.
That sounds like good.
She told me that her name was Jenny, and she lived in a cabin on the hill, in a coal mining town in West Virginia. I love Jenny and I guess I always will. Oh, I thought I would always want to ramble, and I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. Oh, I love to hear the sound of the coal trucks back in the hills hauling coal, with those beautiful mountains all around me. West Virginia, you've won my heart and soul. Oh, I thought I would always want to ramble, and I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. Pick it again. Oh, I thought I would always want to ramble, and I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town, in the heart of a coal mining town. One sweat makes a difference.
She can actually make anybody sound good, can't she?
I believe you can get by if you just get one lick on it.
One lick.
About time, ain't it?
What is it?
About time. We're gonna run out of songs. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do it.
What are you gonna do?
I think he wanted to do John Henry or something. Huh? They wanted me to put the thumb picks on and play John Henry. Well, that's a mistake in the first place. Huh?
We'll try it.
Oh, you gonna do it on the banjo? Oh.
I guess it'd be in his favorite chord, right?
C.
He's actually gonna play in C?
Yeah. Well, he's got the banjo tuned in C, though.
I'm having a spell, then everything he does is in G.
I can't hardly make C. I need to find C somewhere else. My right index finger. Let's do one while he's going. You want to? What do you want to do? Where at? It's 80. It's even worse. Well, this 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy for my side, honey, for my side. I'm a-going on the mountain, gonna see my baby. I ain't coming back, I ain't coming back. So roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow.
How can I roll when the wheels won't go?
Roll on, buddy, pull a load of coal. How can I roll?
How can I roll when the wheels won't go?
Listen up. You've been watching Porter Wagner. It's a long way to Harlan and a long way to Hazard, just to get a little brew, to get a little brew. Now when I'm long gone, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Well, roll on, buddy.
Roll on, buddy.
Don't you roll so slow.
Don't you roll so slow.
Oh, how can I roll?
How can I roll when the wheels won't go?
Yeah, roll on, buddy.
Roll on, buddy.
Roll a load of coal.
Roll a load of coal.
How can I roll?
How can I roll when the wheels won't go?
Tell me, how can I roll?
How can I roll when the wheels won't go?
I didn't know you was going to be that quick about getting back.
John Henry was a little bitty boy, no bigger than the palm of your hand. Well, he picked up a hammer and a little piece of steel, said, gonna be a steel driving man. Gonna be a steel driving man. John Henry went up on the mountain and laid down the other side. Mountain was so tall, John Henry was so small. He laid down his hammer and he cried, Lord, Lord. Play it over on that fast.
Can you play the scene?
Well, the captain, he said to John Henry, gonna bring me a steam drill around. Gonna bring that steam drill out on the job. Gonna whop that steel on down. Gonna whop that steam drill. John Henry, he said to the captain, well, a man ain't nothing but a man. Before I will let that steam drill beat me down, I'll die with my hammer in my hand. I'll die with that hammer in my hand. John Henry had a little woman, and her name was Polly Ann. Johnny got sick and laid up in bed, and Polly drove that steel like a man. Just like a man. Polly drove that steel like a man.
running me to the graveyard, and they laid him down in the sand. And every locomotive come rolling by said, yonder lies a steel driving man. Well, yonder lies a steel driving man.
Stay in your seat.
I'm going to try to. This is another Element song. He did steel driving. I'm going to try. I don't know all this, but I'm going to try it because I like it.
Boy, that driving that steel to get
I
you
know.
hot.
I'm going to dig coal.
You want to dig coal?
Yeah.
All right. Dark as a dungeon.
No, it's on a last train from Poor Valley.
Oh, good.
Well, I've only tried to sing. I've only sang harmony before, so I don't know if I know all the words.
Another time we'll have to fake it, huh?
Right.
Where you at?
See, I stayed where you were.
Good.
It was good one time, everything was mighty fine. Coal shuttles roll day and night, but things they got slow for no reason that I know, and the ill will it blowed in the night. Well, the mines all shut down, everybody laid around. Well, there's nothing very much for us to do except stand in that line, get your ration script on time. And woman, I could see it killing you. And the soft new snows of December lightly fall my cabin round. Saw the last train from Poor Valley taking brown-haired Becky Richmond down. Well, it's been coming on, soon you would be gone. Well, it wasn't what you thought, just some dreams, Lord, that you bought when you left your home and ran away with me. Now the soft new snows of December lightly fall my cabin round. Saw the last train from Poor Valley taking brown-haired Becky Richmond down. So the soft new snows of December lightly fall my cabin round. Saw the last train from Poor Valley taking brown-haired Becky Richmond down. Taking brown-haired Becky Richmond down.
I wish I could remember it. That's that beautiful.
Well, I only sing on the chorus, so I had to try to. I'm sorry, that's a great song, and I messed up the words. If you haven't ever heard it,
You still got
need
two
to
more to
check it
go,
out.
ain't you?
Now we won't hear. We won't hear that. The L&N don't stop here anymore.
I ain't got one more go. When I get one more, I'm done. Do another. Hey, you ain't done all yours. You just done two. Y'all could request him to do one, I know. You think he might? You can't tell. Sometimes the saddle's on the right wall, you know.
Love of the mountains. Graves on the hillside.
Okay. It didn't work. It didn't work, okay.
2 trees on the hillside of the mountain, always looking up toward the sky, remind me of my mama and my papa, who lived there 80 years before they died. Now a bright moon is shining in the valley, an old wagon leans against a stack of hay. 2 graves on a hillside by a cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. Now the green wood burning on the fireplace, and the falling snow around the redbud trees, the benches of the laurel o'er the creek bed, and the sound of the gentle flowing stream. And a bright moon is shining in the valley, an old wagon leans against a stack of hay. 2 graves on the hillside by a cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. Oh, get it. Now Daddy used to talk about the old days when him and Mother first settled there. They'd talk about their love of the mountains that him and Mom shared together there. Now a bright moon is shining in the valley, an old wagon leans against a stack of hay. 2 graves on a hillside by a cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. Yes, my mom and dad are resting there today. Your time again.
Let's do backtrack.
Backtrack.
Sometimes I like it.
Sounds like my elbow.
Yeah, it does.
Look here, boy. Arthritis.
I don't know whether that's arthritis or something else, but claim it whatever you want it to be. We'll name it later, Kay.
We got to have him do one of the songs anyway tonight, right? You got to do a funny song. Yeah. These serious songs, right, here you go. Well, high on a mountain, Lord, what did I see? Bear tracks, looking back at me. Hey, boy, get your rifle before it's too late. Old bear got a little pig, he's headed for the gate. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump. He runs 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Some bees, they started making honey way up in the tree. I cut the tree down, but my honey's all gone. Lord, old Slewfoot's done made himself at home. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never never been, how he ain't never been a tree. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Now winter's coming on and it's 40 below. The river's froze over. Hey, where can he go?
Roof come down way down there.
We'll chase him up the holler, run him in the well, and we'll shoot him in the bottom. Just listen to him yell. Oh, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump. He runs 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. He ain't never been caught, he ain't never been a tree. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Hey, some folks say he looks a lot like me.
Since I already messed one up, I'm gonna mess up another one.
Good.
It's kind of a country song, like I'm Not Lisa.
Like what key?
D.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I love it.
I wish I had the bow now.
I may have to set this one out and just
I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight has touched your face. She was your morning light. Her eyes told of your life. Your love for her grew with each rising sun. And then one winter's day, her hand led you away. She left you here, drowning in your tears. Here, where you stayed for years, crying, Lisa, Lisa, I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight has touched your face. I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight has touched your face. I'm not Lisa.
Often wondered why Clayton seems to never took his guitar and went down to Tennessee. Why didn't you go to Nashville? Lordy mercy. Ain't that beautiful? That wouldn't work for you though. I could never fit in Nashville, but boy, you could. Nah, I don't like Nashville. Waiting on her, ain't you? Carl ain't done for it.
No, Carl needs to do it.
Carl, you need to do four.
I don't know four, so you.
He's hiring them ready. Are they ready over there? The end of my song. Jesus. Okay. That work? What are you gonna do? Walk with Jesus. Deep. We ain't ended in a long time like this. I used to do this all the time when I forgot who was here. I always wanted to hear it. Sonny, I guess. I want to walk through the valley with Jesus someday and hold to his hand as we go on our way. Then walk through Jerusalem and kneel there to pray. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to stand on the rock like Moses once did and see the commandments and hear what you said. That if I'll be faithful and do things your way, I can walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. Through the streets of gold and silver pathway, Lead me up to the place of the cross once again, for with the ultimate price you died for my sin. Then let me be patient till that judgment day, when I can walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. I want to walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. Through streets of gold with silver pathways, and I'll rejoice with my loved ones who travel your way. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. And I'll rejoice with my loved ones who travel your way. Let me walk with you, Jesus, through heaven someday. Thank y'all. We had a good time. Hope you did too. I had a good time. Even Kay didn't. Where'd he go? He run off nowhere, did he? Did you do good?
Word is to the kitchen gate, and word is to the hall, and word is up to Madam the Queen, and that's the worst of all, that Mary Hamilton's born a pair to the highest steward of all. Arise, arise, Mary Hamilton, rise and tell to me what thou hast done with thy wee babe. We heard and saw weep by thee. I put him in a tiny boat and set him out to sea, that he might sink or he might swim, but he never come back to me. Arise, arise, Mary Hamilton, rise and come with me.
jump out
Yeah,
of
that's
tune.
probably it.
You can kick him in the shins after a while. It'll make a difference.
It's reading my E word is not sounding right.
You got nerves. Too close to the fresh. Spreading experience.
My hand's not working. We're going into cheating. Okay, see if this one works better. They say the seals come up, you know, and they do. The gray seals come out of the water and become a man. And they say if you can catch one, you'll never find a better husband to you, for he'll take the money hunger from you, the fear of dying from you, and give you peace. There was a woman who fell in love with a seal man, and his calling was OE delay, but she couldn't keep him. She couldn't hold him, and so he went away from her and went back to the sea. This is the telling of OE delay. Lathan morun, OE delay, lathan wind west and tide westing. Out on the wave, OE delay, lathan wind west and tide westing. Came he by day singing low lathan mo. I gave to him all in my heart's keeping. He gave to me laughing, seashells and seas turning low lathan mo. I gave to him all in my heart's mourning. He gave to me weeping, a baby tight borning low lathan mo. October winds came, OE delay, lathan wind west and tide westing, and I go down running low lathan mo. There was no one, OE delay, lathan wind west and tide westing, only the seal crying low lathan mo. There was no one there, OE delay, lathan, only the seal crying, OE delay, lathan, low lathan mo. No, Ed sings that. I try and make the words a little Ed, do you want to come up and sing Dylan with me? Make it sound more authentic. Oops, get up here on mine. If today was not an endless highway, if tonight was not a twisted trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to me at all. Yes, and oh